incident.
There was an incident. This was at least a minor incident. We needed to check the diesel. We needed to check how much diesel was in the tank.
Michael has a bad back, so I was going to do it. And he said to me,
be very careful when you're taking it out, because the chain isn't attached, so just don't drop it into the water.
So I'm like, yeah, of course, as if I'm that stupid. Undid it, pulled it out, and the chain is like a solid wire. It's not like a chain.
No.
So the end of the wire caught on the lip of the hole, flipped out of my freezing cold hand, and I just watched it sink in the canal.
Which then led me to me standing above it, staring down, looking at this little brass eye staring back at us.
Hello, down here.
And we got out the magnet, and I tried very hard not to get it anywhere near my shrapnel. But brass is not ferromagnetic, and neither was the stainless steel wire attached to it or the brass piece on the end. And so while I put the magnet right on top of it, it didn't come up.
And neither of us felt like swimming.
Yeah, too cold. We're on our way up from Thrupp, and there are 2 small marinas on the way. And
No, it's on the Oxford, not on the way.
She did it again. There's 2 small marinas on the path in front of us. If we ever hit the path canal, I'm never going to live this down. Both of them have some level of chandlery services, so we might just swing into them and see.
So we're just filling up with water at Thrupp. I swear it's the slowest water tap we've ever come across. But we've had a really nice time in Thrupp. Kind of wish we could stay longer, but we need to get above. I think it's Allen's Lock.
Yes, Allen's Lock is the next one that opens up.
It opens today, so we'll move above it tomorrow, and then we need to get above another one before it shuts on Monday.
And we have to fill up with diesel and possibly get some more supplies.
I think there's like 4 or 5 locks.
Something like that.
George is going to walk, aren't you, George? Should we check how full the tank is and get going to...
I think we should just flood the boat.
What?
Just let it keep running until we sink.
Why?
I'm tired and hurt.
Well, then what are you going to do? Just sit on this bench for the rest of your life?
Possibly.
Flood warning here, but luckily the light is on green, so we're all good. Woodward, us breasted up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats, and no room for 1 boat to get through, let alone 2 to pass. Sun that's just gone down. We've just come up through Hayford.
Yes, and this is Great Hayford.
I think it's Great Hayford. Is it?
Greater Hayford?
Barley Mow.
Bigger Hayford.
We've actually come through the lock that wasn't due to open until 5 PM today. So
Allen's Lock. So we were lucky for that. And it's a beautiful sunset over green.
Like, it's gorgeous up here. Really gorgeous. Yeah. But tomorrow
the sky's over. There we go.
Oh, there we go. You just can't see us now.
Oh, you can see the sky. You can't see the people.
I think the other one was better.
Yeah. There we go. Somewhere in the middle.
So yeah, tomorrow we've got to move on, which is a shame because it's blooming lovely here.
Yeah.
We have to get above King Sutton, which is closing on Monday. And we need to get in and build a fire because Michael is freezing.
Yes. Alright, we're gonna make this quick. It's miserable out, so we're cruising. We're in Upper Hayford, just above Allen's Lock.
Michael took George for his walk this morning, which is the first for like a week.
Because of my back. Then I brought him back, and now we have...
And he didn't wipe his feet. Like when you bring the dog back on the boat, you get a towel, you wipe his feet. Now we have about 50 dog footprints all the way up and down the boat, as well as the prints of the ball getting dropped a million times.
In my defense, I am unable to bend over still.
You're not unable to say, Joe, can you come and wipe the dog's feet?
He's too quick, so he got in, and now we have paw prints.
Excuses.
But look, anyway, ultimately,
Today-
miserable day on our way to King's Sutton.
We need to get above Lock 31, which is closing on Monday for a period of time that I've forgotten.
A while.
And we found out as well that on the 17th and 18th, there's like an open day where you can walk down in the lock. So hopefully we're going to go and do that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and actually get down and see them from the bottom. Not like I've ever done that.
Have you? Oh, you mean you have?
Oh, I've seen them from the bottom.
You haven't walked in them.
I haven't walked in one yet, but I've been like, oh look, a lock. So. Yeah.
And today we've got to do a deep lock,
Yes, 12 feet.
which is not 19 feet, well, like the Bath deep lock.
No, 7 feet shorter than that. So like, but it would be terrifying if we didn't already have this experience of graves and hell. So ultimately, it mainly comes down to weather's terrible, so we're moving.
The towpath goes into a field of cows. George is on the lead. He's not happy. I'm not happy. Michael's jealous. He'd love to be in a field with cows. He'd go and pet them like they were puppies. Walking along this towpath isn't so much fun for me, but at least George is still loving it.
Pulled up here to the something deep lock. I had to pull up because I'd pulled ahead of Joe and the mutt, because the mutt had gotten into some mud and then scared the heck out of a bunch of sheep. In fact, he scared the poop out of a bunch of sheep.
Did he scare them?
Oh yes.
But it didn't go in their field?
No, but they ran off and then they started to poop. At least 10 of them. It was amazing. So then we came up and I threw my rope, and you'll notice the rope is soaking wet, and the rope is soaking wet because for some reason I let go of this end of the rope, and instead of flinging it around the bollard, which I was trying to do, I ended up just sort of flinging it, and it came in. So I've opened up the Stepperton, something with an S, top lock, bottom lock, deep lock, and now we're going in. Freezing cold. Always need ice cream. Mars bar. Dog chews.
these wide weir locks. We did one yesterday, and the CRT man told us then that the gates are heavier because there's river water constantly running through them. So Michael's back on the river Cherwell now, and we've seen 4 boats today moving. Yesterday we saw none. It's busy today, but then it is Saturday, so maybe it's boat moving day. But 2 more locks, 1 more lock, and then King Sutton lock. So nearly there. Also, there is this board here which reminds you not to travel if the river is in flood. Luckily we're in the green, so we're good to go. We have made it to King Sutton Lock. It's going to be dark soon, it's like 4 o'clock, but at least we don't have to move tomorrow. And it's a deep one. George has just put this in my lap. I don't know what he's trying to tell me. It's the next day.
It's nice and warm. We've got this thing going. So we came up above King Sutton Lock yesterday.
I saw a deer, which was quite exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You saw a hare?
Well, possibly a hare. Definitely a big rabbit. And 1 dead heron, which was unfortunate for the heron.
It's nice here, but we're right by the M40, so it's a little bit noisy.
I woke up this morning and it's just like there's that kind of weird
it's just like
sound,
a hum.
but it's not, it's not bad. And it's a beautiful little area here. We've, the nice thing is, from basically pretty much where we started yesterday up, it was all quite attractive. It's
a shame we had to push through because there was so much mooring available and in nice places.
Yeah, but they begin work on the King Sutton Lock tomorrow, so we had to be above it for at least today, and we thought we'd push it up yesterday and have today to do a few sort of housekeeping things.
We've got 12 days between here and Banbury, which is 3 miles, so we'll probably, I don't know when we'll move. It's not ideal here.
No.
I walked to the co-op today. It took about an hour. It was a lovely walk, a beautiful day across the fields. It was really, really nice. But then coming back, I'd bought too much milk or something, and it was really heavy. George got so muddy yesterday. He had the freaking time of his life walking up here, but he turned into...
I looked to the side at one point, and this dog runs past, and I didn't think it was George, because he was all grey. I'm like, it looks like George's face, but it's attached to what appears to be some sort of stag hound. We passed under a bridge, and I watched. He runs through the walkway underneath the bridge, and then turns up the side. Joe's walking along. She stops to try and see where he is. I see him coming out the other side of the bridge. I mean, it's cleared. He's gone around. He's gone over.
It was a pedestrian bridge.
It was a cow bridge. He wasn't even supposed to go over that one.
That was funny when you were going under the bridge, or you were under the bridge waiting to come in the log, and then all of a sudden I heard this mooing behind me, and there's a cow walking across the bridge looking down at Michael going under in the boat.
No, it was a really nice day yesterday. There was a lot of very little traffic until
we saw 4 boats yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday we were able to find the replacement cover for the diesel that somebody accidentally dropped in the canal. We now have 2 of them just in case somebody decides to drop them in the canal again.
But that was a nice little chandlery as well there.
Yeah, lovely little place. It looked like they might even have a chimney for us, because we need to we think part of the reason we're having such trouble keeping the coal lit is because we don't have the proper chimney, and also we don't have the coal inserts. I think the coal inserts aren't the biggest problem, but the chimney really could be, because the one that we've got is not really the right length, and also it doesn't really fit very well, so there's quite a bit of airspace where it's not kind of doing its job of heating up and pulling air through from below. And yesterday we found one where they had a double-skinned one that had the right sort of interior diameter.
It kind of fit, but it wasn't perfect, so we think we might end up having to get one made. So if you know anyone that can make a chimney around Banbury area, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit of Banbury and actually having the few days to just sort of walk around.
Yeah, like we've been moving so fast. Like since mid-September when we were halfway down. Mid-September when we were halfway down the Kent and Avon, and we had to boot to Bristol and then back, and then we had 7 days to get around the Thames, and then we had, however long it's been, 10 days to get here before King's Sutton Lock closed. Like we haven't really had many days where...
We haven't had more than like 3 days in a row
like
in which
Thrupp,
we could sit still.
Thrupp we had a few nights, but then I was away for half of that. Yeah, so it's going to be nice to slow down, and like I think we'll have a couple of days here and then slowly make our way to Banbury.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And now you're going to go and throw the ball for the dog because he's dropped it on my...
He's a good dog. Hair.
Put your hat back on.
We're in Oxford.
No,
not in Oxford. What's it called? Recording over here. Sound sync. Don't need to do that. Keep going, George. Yep, there you go. Well pooed.
You can start without me.
That's what she said. Alright, I'm just standing here looking like an idiot. Come on.
Come on. I can't help it. You look like an idiot.
Ouch. I can't help that you look like an idiot. Thank you. That plays well. In millions of years, when this boat has been fossilized, people, well, not people, probably like giant omnipotent rat things will eventually form archaeological teams, dig this thing up, find these tracks, and be like, look, the dominant species, we found it.
Or not.
Or not. It is a 3-mile journey before the Banbury Lock, which has been closed for the last, 3 weeks. So
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay, so...
No, 1 week.
Stapleton? Starts with an S. Deep lock. Anyway, 12 foot deep.
Don't play in the house.
We do not play in the house, dog. We also don't play in the boat, but definitely not in the house, dog.
Can you not be Russian?
I can try and be Scottish. Probably not, eh?
Try English.
English. Bloody hell. Bloody hell! Oh, blimey. Jacket potatoes. Pickled onions.
That's
What's the name
a
of
lot.
that place? Ayers?
Oh, and I can't remember. So we put an interesting vlog up on Thursday where we talked about the CRT consultation, and it was
Lots of good points.
yeah, I was a bit apprehensive about putting it up because it's obviously quite a contentious topic, but all the comments, whether you agree with us or whether the people commenting agreed with us or disagreed with us,
It was interesting.
It was really interesting, and nobody everyone was polite, and it was a good discussion point. So if you want us to do a follow-up on that one, talking about some of the points that people raised, we might do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that any of the points raised, changed my mind, but they did make me go, oh yeah, right, there's a different opinion. And yes.
Which is always useful, and I don't know if I necessarily fully agree with you.
No, nobody necessarily fully agrees with me in the long run, but a few of them do.
After being a bit apprehensive about putting it up, I'm really glad we did.